strong. And y'all, we're back with day number 5 of You Said Yes. How do I start my new life with Jesus Christ? Right. So maybe for those of you guys that's been tuning in, those of you guys that's been subscribing, maybe you have friends or family members also asking themselves the same thing, like, who's God? What does the relationship with God look like? What does it mean to follow Jesus? Right. So we're going to discover all this in 21 days in this series, 21 days straight. Today is day number 5. So thank you for those of you guys who stay tuned and staying tuned in. Let's hop right into it. It says, in the last days, we learned that God's three in one nature, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and how God lives through us through the Holy Spirit. Today, we'll read another story from the Bible with all 3 parts of the Trinity. The main topic we're exploring today is baptism. You see, baptism is a public way Jesus followers declare their decision to follow Jesus. A pastor of trusted friends stands in your circle on a pool and helps you lean back into the water and come right back out of it. But why go underwater? Have you guys asked yourself that? Like, why do they use water to baptize people, right? Why don't they just, pray for someone? So let's figure it out. Leaning, it says, but why go underwater? It's a symbol representing Jesus's death, resurrection, and new life through him. So that's why. Leaning back under the water symbolizes your sins being washed away through Jesus's death. Being raised out of the water is a picture of being brought back to a new life, like Jesus was raised back to a new life. Now, this public declaration of a new life with Jesus is similar to the way Jesus himself was baptized. Jesus then appeared, arriving at the Jordan River from Galilee. He wanted John to baptize him, right? John the Baptist. He wanted John to baptize him. John objected. I'm the one who needs to be baptized, not you. But Jesus insisted, do it. God's work, putting things right, all these centuries is coming together right now in this baptism. So John did it. The moment Jesus came up out of the baptism waters, the skies opened up and he saw God's spirit, and it looked like a dove descending and landing on him. And along the spirit, a voice came. This this is this is my son, and marked by my love, delight of my life. Matthew 3:13 through 17. It says, now reread the story and imagine yourself as the person being baptized by John. What's the water like? How does it feel to hear God's approval? What does God's voice say to you specifically? And how do you notice the Holy Spirit's presence? Now, guys, I think that's amazing because, like, I'm all about putting, trying to seek to understand, right? And the way you seek to understand is putting yourself in the shoes of other people, right? Looking from a different point of view and not always our point of view. So I love that. And it says, now reread the story and imagine yourself as a person being baptized by John. What's the water like? How does it feel to hear God's approval? What does God's voice say to you specifically? And how do you notice the Holy Spirit's presence? At the end of Jesus's time on earth, he gathered his followers together and shared this mission. It says, go out and train everyone you meet, far and near, and in this way of life, marking them by baptism and the threefold name, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's Matthew. The reference is Matthew 28, verse 19. When you said yes to Jesus' way of life, baptism is one of the next steps that you're invited to take. But remember, it's a public declaration, right? That says to the world that I have decided to follow Jesus. So pause to consider this. Have you ever been baptized? Ask yourself, have you ever been baptized? What would it be like for you to take this next step of following Jesus? Like, what would that look like? I want you to, if you haven't been baptized, if you're not a follower of Jesus Christ, I want you to think about what does that look like? What would that feel like? To get baptized and to know that God has died for all my sins, and I'm devoting my life to follow him. Right? I want you to ask yourself that, right? So have you been baptized? What would it be like for you to take the next step of following Jesus? And then also, what questions do you still have about baptism? The coolest part is I'm pretty sure it'll work. they have a code right here that you guys can scan. So go ahead, put your phone up there, scan that little barcode, and it's going to help you with any questions that you have about baptism. So you can actually scan. It says scan to learn more, ask questions, or tell us that you're interested, of course, in getting baptized. So if anybody is interested in getting baptized, you live in Oklahoma City, feel free to reach out to me, and we can go about making sure that you find the right place, you find people that love you, you find people that want to grow with you. Um, I think it's very important to have community and unity. And so that's why I opened up this space and this platform to reach the world and for all of us to grow together. So now we're pivoting to today's daily devotional, and then I'm going to let you guys go. But this was day 5 of what is baptism, out of day 21. So we have 21 days in this month, and or I'm in this series, and today's number 5. So let's hop into today's daily devotional. It says, I meet you in the stillness of your soul. It said, it is there that I seek to commune with you, right? To communicate. It says, a person who is open to my presence is exceedingly precious to me. My eyes search to find throughout the earth, looking for the one whose heart is seeking me. I see you trying to find me. Our mutual search results in joyful fulfillment. Stillness of the soul is increasingly rare in this world, addicted to the noise and speed. I am pleased by your desire to create a quiet space where you and I can meet. Don't be discouraged by the difficulty of achieving this goal. I monitor all your efforts and I am blessed by each of your attempts to seek my face. So I want to express this real quick, guys, before I end. Oftentimes, guys, you might feel like, you know what? I'm not good enough to get baptized. I don't know enough to get baptized. I'm scared to get baptized, right? Or maybe you don't have a Christian community. Maybe you don't have a church home specifically, and you're looking for that community. You're looking for people to grow with. Well, I'm here to let you know you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we can grow spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, as well as financially, guys. There's all different types of lanes that God has provided for me, to navigate, and I'm just grateful for all the tools that He shared with me since rock bottom. I try to be very proactive and intentional about my relationship with God, and so thank you for those of you guys who have subscribed. But I want you guys to understand that you will go through a time. I even go through it where I feel like, man, am I not doing good enough? Like, I hope, like, it's not that you do these things to make God proud of you. This is a decision, right? So we walk by faith, not by sight. So oftentimes, guys, we might be looking for a specific type of result that we're not seeing. And we might question God, right? Like, oh, how's God real if this hasn't even happened? Or why do these things happen if God is real, right? A lot of us may ask ourselves that question, or maybe you have found yourself asking that question before. So the next 21 days, guys, the next actually, 15 days, right? We're still gonna be going through this book. You said yes. So any questions that you guys have, feel free to post them in the comments. You can also direct inbox me as well. But guys, we are taking advantage of our mind, body, and soul day in and day out. I'm sorry today it's been kind of distracted. This cat is going nuts. But another day is always another opportunity to battle strong. I love y'all, and I hope you guys have a great Thursday.